3 thoughts after injury-ravaged Valkyries' loss at Mercury. The Golden State Valkyries gave a good fight in their 98-91 loss to the Phoenix Mercury, but ultimately try as they might the team was unable to get the win. Short by 2 players who were injured before tip, with Tiffany Hayes and Cecilia Zandalasini scratched at the last minute, the Valkyries infested the Mercury the majority of the game. Veronica Burton had another excellent performance with her second double-double of the season after scoring 24 points and dishing off 14 assists, while bench players turned starters Kate Martin and Carla Leite tallied a combined 29 points and 6 three-pointers. But Golden State simply ran out of steam in the second half, and the veteran-heavy Mercury demonstrated why they are suddenly considered legitimate championship contenders. But even with those excellent performances, the Valkyries' second loss in a row to a WNBA top 4 team has raised questions about the team moving forward. With injuries piling up and the playoff race heating up, the Valkyries are in a corner with very little margin for error. 3 things to watch after Golden State's disappointing loss to Phoenix. Health of the Valkyries going forward. The increasingly battered Valkyries are just one of many teams in the league who are hurting down the stretch. Both Hayes and Zandalasini were included on the injury report moments before tip. Head coach Nataliek Podasek also confirmed that Hayes tweaked something during warm-ups, and Zandalasini's left calf injury was announced just as the starting 5 was announced. They think long-term, Hayes said in her post-game press conference. They don't feel 100%, then it's not time to play. We're not going to put another player in jeopardy. Pulling them down to earth, the Valkyries are already missing some of their key players for several reasons. Kayla Thornton for the season after a knee injury, Monique Billings with a nagging ankle injury, Ileana Rupert currently in concussion protocol, and depth is something that's beginning to get thin for the team. Hayes has kept her rotation tight to this point, but health will be at the forefront as the team looks to close the regular season strong. The elusive 3-point shooting. The Valkyries have had an up-and-down season with their 3-point shooting, and it reared its head once more in this contest. Golden State was 9 for 18 from 3-point range in the first half and 3 for 17 after that. That cold shooting was a factor in their offensive inability to keep up with the Mercury in the second half, when Indiana was outscored 51-32. The 3-point shooting is better since the All-Star break for the Valkyries, who have made 35.3% of their attempts from beyond the arc after the break, but it remains a wild card in their offense. The team leads the league in the number of 3-point attempts it takes and the percentage of points it scores from the 3-point line, and when its threes are falling, the Nets can be dangerous against anyone. But the inconsistency continues to be a significant issue, especially with the regular season coming to a close. The Valkyries' matchups versus the WNBA's best. This defeat to Phoenix was the Valkyries' third against the Mercury this season and further crystallized their struggles competing with the league's best teams. Golden State has had trouble playing teams it is below in the standings, going just 4-13 against teams above it and 1-10 against the top 4 teams, the Mercury, Dream, Liberty, and Lynx. Injuries, Eurobasket, and roster instability are all things to point to as to why the Valkyries haven't been able to produce wins versus the best teams, but it's a real issue. If they do, they will have the look of a sacrificial lamb being eaten by a higher-seeded team in the first round after getting outscored like that in the regular season by the same opponent. The Valkyries will have to figure out how to solve these problems, particularly in a tight fourth quarter, if they want to contend for a title. There is hope, though. Golden State can be disruptive on defense, and the potential for a shoot-the-lights-out barrage remains, particularly in an upset over a short playoff series. They have plenty of chances to try and figure it out. They faced the Mercury, Lynx, and Liberty in consecutive games. The Valkyries find themselves in the playoff picture and will be facing the crucible of difficult games these next few weeks. Monitor how they handle that, along with how well they do impact-wise behind the three-point line, and how close they can stay to the league's top-tier teams. The path to the playoffs isn't easy. Stay posted here throughout the season as they attempt to right the ship and vie for the playoffs.